Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. A big thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support. Kaka, we headed to 90,000 subscribers. If you're watching this video, kindly make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. Keep sharing my content. The only way you can support Kaka is by sharing my content. And those who could wish to buy some water, you're welcome. My M-Pesa number is always down there. You can render any of your support to this platform. Kaka, as a parent with a kid in school, we feel so bad. We feel so frustrated when education is interrupted. Because when you disrupt education, you totally disrupt the future. You do not only disrupt today, because the kids in school will inherit our future once we get old. Meaning, when you mess around with them, when you mess around with their system, you entirely mess the future of this world, not only Kenya. So there's something we need to understand when dealing with education. There is power in education. Education is where the world lies. These kids will not only stay in this country, others will go to the US, UK, South Africa, where to go and work there. Others will become presidents. You understand the history of Barack Obama from CIA. He became the president of America. What if his education could have been messed up? That means the future of America could have been messed up too. So there is power in education. Teachers must understand there is power in education. When you disrupt education, even in a second, you disrupt the entire future of the world. As much as we want our kids in school, as much as we feel bad when the future is interrupted, as much as we feel bad when education is interrupted, as much as we feel bad when our education calendar is disrupted. But remember, above all these things, what comes first is life. Above all these things, what must be given a priority is the safety of our learners. As much as we want the future for them, as much as we want to build this world, as much as education is the only equalizer, something that must be of first priority is entirely their safety. In Kenya, we all know that a number of schools have been affected by the ongoing floods. Several schools have been affected. As we speak, some schools have been totally marooned or submerged by the floods, and the learners cannot access the learning rooms, that is the classes. Teachers cannot access the offices. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the available data that is official, as of today, this morning, 62 primary schools have been submerged by floods. When I say submerged or submerged, depends on who taught you English in nursery school. Pronunciations, You can say submerged, that those say submerged. So it depends, all the same. But let me use submerged, not submerged. Let me use submerged. 62 primary schools have been submerged by floods. This means what? 62 schools cannot be totally accessed either by aeroplanes, by vehicles, by border borders, or by foot. They are totally out of bound. 62 schools in Kenya. Primary schools, you know. We've not addressed secondary schools. We've not addressed colleges. We've not addressed universities. We've not addressed TVETs. So these are only primary schools, 62 primary schools. And out of this, a population of 15,000 learners as of this morning have nowhere to learn. Hawana mahali wanaweza enda waketi chini wasome. Their schools have been totally affected. And you know, these are those which have been recorded. There could be more in the interior parts of our villages that whose roofs were carried away by the winds and they have not been replaced. There are those in the villages whose classrooms got demolished by the heavy rains, which have not been recorded. But 62 are those ones known and zile zimefikiwa. So kuna zile zingine ndani kwa village pale ndani ambazo bado hazijafikiwa. So the 62 could be more which have been totally been affected and learners cannot access them. Ladies and gentlemen, in those 62, add secondary schools. So we could be having more. We could be, in fact, we could be having close like 50,000 learners affected across the country. Now, from the above reports, you heard Ruto announced that schools must open on Monday. And Machogu confirmed, yes, as Kenya Kwanza government, we have agreed that the schools are going to open on Monday. Now, Kaka, I have several questions I'm asking this government. Ni vizuri kufungua shule ni sawa, sijakataa. Education is the only equalizer whereby a poor kid can share a desk with a daughter of the president. School is the only environment that those who are despised in the society have an opportunity to share a class with the most respected in the society. Education is the only environment where the kids who cannot afford even breakfast can share a teacher with kids from super rich families. Education is the only equalizer. Now, that is why we have same dates of opening across the country. Kama ni next week, shule zote taifa la Kenya zinafungua next week. Whether boarding, whether day school, whether rich or poor, whether in the village, whether in the city, whether in the... all of them zinafungua next week. Equalizer. Now my question is, I have like 6 questions I'm asking the Minister of Education, led by the Cabinet Secretary Ishakeri Mashagu. Question number 1. As we open schools on Monday, the heavy rains are still on. Are our learners really safe? Are we under pressure to open schools? Or what is the criteria we using? COVID came. Our children spent over a year outside. And they are okay. They even passed an exam. So are we under pressure to open schools? Can't we extend the opening because our kids will eventually pass. Actually, watoto wa COVID hata walipita zaidi. Wale mnatazama mambo ya mtihani, walipita vizuri zaidi. Hata haungejua kwamba walikaa nje for 1 year. They passed so well. So meaning, that's why nilisema mara ya kwanza, as much as we want kids in school, safety becomes number 1. So are our kids safe as they return to school on Monday? There are those day schools pale kijijini, watoto wanafunguliwa saa 9. Wanatembea na mguu mpaka nyumbani. The heavy rains zikiwapata kwa barabara. What will happen to those learners? Question number 2. How will the other affected 15,000 children, when their 62 schools have been affected, how will they catch up with the rest? The 15K? Because I'm told some schools are not opening on Monday due to the environment. Now I'm asking, as others open on Monday, how will the other 15,000 catch up with the rest across the country? Those are answers we need from the Minister of Education. Another question. Are we pursuing safety of our kids, or we are under pressure to show people that we care and we perform? Are we pursuing safety? Ladies and gentlemen, are our roads across the country really safe? Barabara zetu zote katika taifa la Kenya, je, ni salama kwa watoto wetu? Usafiri, je, kuna usalama? The last question. Are our rivers safe? I know as we speak, some rivers are burst their banks. Tunajua, kuna wale wanavuka kwa miguu, wale wanaenda day schools. How safe are they? How watoto wadogo wenye wanavuka mito, na mito ime overflow? Je, watoto wetu ni salama? Those are questions that we need answers as parents from the Ministry of Education. Pale kwa village, ile daraja yenu ya village huko ndani, je, ni salama kwa watoto wadogo wa PP1, PP2, playgroup? Iyo bridge yenu iko na miti 2 tu peke yake, ni salama kwa watoto? Because even seasonal rivers have overflown. Are our children safe? Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.